Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Brock the Collector here, coming back to you with another video. Today, we are finally doing my Marvel Legends collection video, the 2022 edition, actually. And yeah, so look, the fact of the matter is, this year, this video took a lot longer to come around because honestly, I usually do two collection videos in one year. I usually do a set of them up in April, like in spring, when I completely take down all the figures on the shelf and then put them up in different poses, and rearrange everything like that, change up the sections and everything, like how I've done for the past 2-3 years now. But actually this year what ended up happening was like I didn't end up taking all of the figures down. So basically in April, it looked very similar to how the collection did in when y'all saw it in December, which I gotta thank you guys for that being the most viewed video on the channel. 100,000 views as of last week. Guys, that is just spectacular. Thank you guys so much for that. And also thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. That is amazing. And we hope to keep climbing, and I hope to keep on entertaining you guys with these little plastic people who we all love. But other than that, I mean, really, fact of the matter is that when I didn't make that collection video in the spring, so this year the collection video was just waiting until the winter one when I do like basically the same setup that y'all see in the spring, just with new figures, except since I never did a spring like new setup, I just waited until December to do it. But I'm excited to go into it with y'all. And yeah, so thank you guys for 3,000 subscribers. And let's head straight into this. This is going to be the first year of me doing it on the phone. So we'll see how this goes. This one has some weird lighting things. But starting over here, this is by far the least changed section. This is the Iron Man section. Really, as time goes on and as, phase 4, 5, and 6, as more and more figures come out, I'm going to keep this whole corner of the shelf specifically related to the Infinity Saga and phases 1, 2, and 3 characters. Only phase 1, 2, and 3 characters go up in here. Got a lot of space saved back there for some future figures, but as you can see, most of these guys are in the same poses as last time. Ironmonger, Iron Man. Oh, I did move the Mark 85 down here. Finally got that figure in that pose. Y'all will see what I did with that earlier. Most of y'all already know if you be keeping up with the content over here. But here are most of my Iron Men. Again, similar poses as last time. They didn't really actually do a whole lot of Infinity Saga figures this year, and especially Iron Man, so it wasn't a lot for me to add. I actually ended up removing a figure I sold off my Mark 85 to save space back there. But hey, hopefully more and more figures from these movies get, made. Tell me what you guys want from like the whole phase 1 and 2 section, or the whole phase 1 and 2 like side of the Marvel movies, and which figures you want from there. Oh, I backtracked this year to get the SDCC Red Skull though, and I'm happy to have that. That looks good, and that opened up space for a new Hydra agent, so of course slid on that. Yes sir. The first Avenger right here, as we air into sort of my Captain America-ish section. But really, this space is just an excuse for me to throw all of the Captain Americas that I have into one space without having to sell them off, because I really do like the Captain America figures that we have, or some of them at least. Here is, of course, the first Avenger, Captain America, looking pretty good. I have a sort of Captain America and Iron Man evolution thing going on here, subtly. So you got the first Iron Man mark, and then you got him at the end, and then you got the first Captain America, and then you have the worthy Captain America right here in a sort of dramatic, stoic expression. He's sort of facing, this is one of the poses I tried sort of not facing like towards here. I figured it would add a bit more to like the scene or like the drama of the pose if I had him with his back turned, kind of like how maybe he just finished a battle, maybe he's looking over a fallen friend, but regardless, he's just done, man. He's tired. And yeah, that's what I got representing right there. So got Captain America symbolism right there. That's the Mafex Captain America shield, by the way. Again, similar to last year, this is the Age of Ultron-ish section. I don't have that many Age of Ultron figures, so here is just, I guess, an extension Cap section. Some more space back there for some future characters. Again, all phase 1 to 3. Beautiful Hulkbuster back there. The Black Widow that I bought off of the Widow Stings on Instagram, as well as something else. 2-pack Captain America hiding back there. Not really impressed with that figure, considering that they didn't give it a new sculpt, but I mean, the reused body, I mean, the Worthy Cap was great back then, but I mean, I think it's just time to move on to something better. But yeah, got Captain America and Crossbones right there, as long as, or as well as the new Winter Soldier figure. And got some of the best head sculpts we have seen in the line with that figure right there, even if it is on the 2014 body. Moving over here, Black Panther section. Now we're getting into some more new stuff. So back there we got the Black Panther 1 characters, most of them. I love how I got the T'Challa and Killmonger in that lunging pose right there. That took me a long time to set up, but I'm glad how I got it going on. So you can see T'Challa coming from that side and Killmonger sort of charging from that side. And the Wakandan royalty right there, royal family. It'd be nice to have a Ramonda to put right there. Claw, of course. Tactical suit Killmonger. That Legacy Collection story is just a massive upgrade over the old one. Impressive figure that one is. Wakanda Forever people. So here we got Cuckoo Khan. Everett Ross. Very impressed with this new Nakia figure. Got some of the best range on double jointed elbows, as I've said in the review. The beautiful, beautiful Atum Build-A-Figure, which I was not expecting to like as much as I do. Maybe it's the movie that boosted it up as well, but I just think that that is a fantastic Build-A-Figure. This is the Wakanda Forever Okoye with the new spear. That's actually the spear that came with the What If Killmonger, which is surprisingly the most accurate Dora spear that we have. Which is cool. I love how they sculpted the Kamoyo beads on those figures. That's nice. Ironheart. Some more Doras back there. Along with Taskmaster. Coming down here, this was supposed to be more like characters from like Echo and Kingpin are going to come along here soon. For now, I have Shuri Black Panther up there. I'm not completely impressed with the paint job on this Shuri Black Panther figure, as I said in my overview of it, I guess. But I can definitely see them reusing this body to get us some more paint details and other accessories. I was kind of hard on the Hawkeye show when it first came out, but honestly, after watching it again, I have a newfound appreciation for it. My Multiverse of Madness characters. So my Multiverse characters are spurred, like, you know, sporadically throughout this shelf, I guess. And I just put the Multiverse of Madness section here just to have it close to the WandaVision people, because I'm very surprised we did not get a new Multiverse of Madness Wanda this year. But withstanding as it is, these guys are in relatively similar poses as you saw last time. I did get a cloth cape for my Doctor Strange here. I know that some people aren't a big fan of soft goods, but I mean, different strokes for different folks. Yikes, my fault. But no, I do like soft goods, and especially these wired soft goods. So this is a custom piece, and I just like that. I cut some holes in the tunic on the sides, and I have that going for that Doctor Strange, and I really like how that looks right there. Of course, our WandaVision people. America Chavez, really cool figure, and I think it actually does work as a stand-in for the comic version if you get another head sculpt from somewhere. But with standing Conchio Gomez, it's cool to have some people my age in the MCU, even though I don't really like teen actors. But she's alright. Chiwetel Ejiofor. And Rintrah. Honestly, Rintrah is a really cool Build-A-Figure. I think his role in the movie sort of diminished the excitement for this figure for a lot of people, but it's cool. It's a cool figure, man. Cool Build-A-Figure. Not much like it. Quick round of applause to Carl Moto for being the only figure I think is worthy. Only pre-photoreal face sculpt I think is worthy to keep up here. Got our Widow ladies back there. Some of these are in altered poses, some are not, but it's cool to have them. Pretty soon you'll be able to, I think honestly you can already form most of the Thunderbolts team, can't you? With the figures that we have been provided. Falcon Winter Soldier characters up there. Not very impressed with that Sharon head sculpt, but I do like having it in the context of some other characters here. Again, more gaps and spaces. You're gonna see a lot of gaps in things throughout this shelf as we move on, because this year I pushed, instead of taking all the figures down, I pushed a lot of figures back to accommodate for future projects. And that's just one of those pieces right there. I don't know exactly what's going to go there, but hey, sooner or later, there's going to make up space wherever you can find it. There's a very complex acrylic setup back there, as I mentioned before. Here we have what is supposed to be, I mean, it's a quasi Disney Plus semi Marvel Knights section. This is where the Blade and Black Knight and all those characters are going to go, I'd imagine. But as for now, it's mainly just Moon Knight focused with that beautiful Khonshu Build-A-Figure. Love that Moon Knight figure back there. Do not have a cloth cape for him, but I actually like the pose I have him in with that plastic cape right now. It's sort of anchoring him back there. I forgot to take this head off and put the Mr. Knight head back onto this. For right now, this is the Last Jedi Oscar Isaac head, but I like how that looks for some reason. The head is not bad. It does look like Oscar Isaac, at least until we get a nice Marvel Legends photoreal version of that head. It is a shame that they missed those in both releases. Maybe if they do a battle-damaged Moon Knight later down the line, or a Stephen Grant. She-Hulk, not a big fan of the show, but the figure is beautiful. It's a great figure. Probably one of the best female figures we got in the line. Really cool. And also Daredevil, you know, stuff like that. So just Marvel Knights is going to be this area I think. Oh, sorry about that. My finger peeking over. That is the Widow Sting's custom Avengers Infinity War Thor figure. I just thought that it was beautiful looking. He was putting it up for sale. $30. I definitely copped. Put some of these other effects around him. Maybe they're, I don't know what effects they are. I got them from China. But yeah, I love how that looks. Because I think that's when Thor's costume was at its peak in my eyes. I backtracked a lot for stuff this year, so that is the 2-pack Vision. The Scarlet Witch 2-pack Vision, I got that figure loose, as well as the Scarlet Witch, what we'll see later on. These are more figures that you guys saw last year, but that is the Star-Lord that came with the Guardians of the Galaxy 5-pack I got on sale this year. And it's a really good looking Chris Pratt head sculpt. Iron Man and the old Astral Doctor Strange back there. Centerpiece now, so we're completely done with what was supposed to be the more Earth-focused side. So there you go, quick wide shot. I love that portal effect that came with Doctor Strange, the Defender Strange, by the way. But this area is, I mean, a lot of it is unchanged, but a lot of it, I did change some stuff. So I did add the Infinity War Doctor Strange with the plastic cape that came with the Multiverse of Madness Strange up here behind those two, behind Thor and Captain Marvel. That is the Wanda that came loose in the 2-pack that I bought. Well, loose. These are the only two Mafex figures I have in my collection. The Endgame Iron Man and the Endgame Captain America, just because while I am absolutely impressed with the Marvel Legends version of Thor that we have, I was lesser so with the Captain America that they had re-released or repainted. So I changed that up. Sorry, the camera's gonna get a little bit shaky right there. I changed that up, and I love this Mafex version a lot better. It's also taller. I like the proportions on this a lot more, and I was not gonna wait another several years for them to revisit that whole body again. And Iron Man, just because I wanted the nano refocuser, and I also like the colors on this version more. A lot more accessories there. But I'm also not completely ungrateful for those figures, because those were able to be my Iron Man Evolution stuff. So that's cool. Legacy Collection Atala. These two are the same with that Black Widow bike. Still really love that rescue figure, and the beautiful the Children of Thanos 5-pack, right? Spider-Man, Iron Spider. It would be interesting to get a new Iron Spider sculpt. Pinless one. But that segues us into the what if section. So up front here we have Doctor Strange Supreme, Captain Carter. Yep, love these two figures. Eventually, when the Gamora Thanos comes in, I'm gonna put it right over here. Gamora Thanos is actually the only announced figure that I actually think I'm gonna pick up for right now. I think with that Killmonger, I've pretty much got all of the announced figures as of so far that I really need. But yeah, I love that Captain Carter. Look at it. And that Hydra Stomper too, just beautiful having those two together. I've got some more Endgame characters over there because, I mean, the Thor Love and Thunder wave had basically allowed me to free up a position for those figures over here now. So now they're kind of part of the Endgame whole thing, but they are bleeding into the What If section. Over here we got our zombies, some really good looking zombies. That's the Legacy Collection Killmonger back there. Captain Carter, the stealth version. Got that really nice Eric Killmonger figure. If you guys are still looking for something to put on your Christmas wish list, as I said in the community post, consider that figure. Comes with a really nice Dora Milaje spear, and the head sculpt is cool. If you're into the What If stuff, I think it's a definite cop at some point, at least. The only thing is that $28.99 or $27.99 is a bullet and a half to bite, but it is the holiday season. Hopefully your family's feeling cheerful. There is the Watcher back there. Scarlet Witch, Zombie Scarlet Witch. Kind of happy with the pose I got her in. Really cool looking figure back there. Now the jar does not fit around any of the Marvel Legends capes, so I just took the jar off and I put the cape over around the neck and put it onto a stand right there. Zombie Hunter Spidey. I was originally going to have all of the Spider-Man on my shelf together over there, but after creating my own dedicated What If section, I've kind of stirred away from that. The original plan was actually to have the What If figures kind of all over the place throughout the shelf around the themes that they actually matched. But, you know, I just decided to open up an own section because these guys have eventually crossed over. Now this is just sort of a variant section, and I love it. Got some more variants over there, Red Skull and Nebula. It's crazy how the What If Red Skull trench coat is actually a more accurate color than the live action one. Talked about those guys. Morris with the Shang-Chi figures. The Shang-Chi just a really nice solid lineup of movie figures right there. Infinity Ultron. Really, really, really cool. It is too short, but it's a nice Build-A-Figure, man. Look at that. Ooh-wee. I will bring peace. It is my purpose. You lack the will to stop me. Figure should have had some more accessories, though. At least an unmasked Vision header with the visor up. But it's cool. It's a cool figure. That lance is really impressive. Surtur back there, looking really cool. Oh, the Shang-Chi figures already. There's Howard the Duck. Has anyone seen the Burger Man? Let's see how many of y'all get that reference. Love the Foosh, man. Everybody loves Robo. Now, I'm one of those people who separates the entertainment that they watched from the figures that they got, because even though I didn't like Thor Love and Thunder, I gotta admit the figure line was very, 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 very cool. Very impressive sculpts here. A lot of new sculpts, even for figures that had previous sculpts before. Like that Thor, the Valkyrie. They even sculpted a new Korg, which was crazy. And I have a newfound appreciation for this Thor figure after picking up the Mafex Endgame Thor. And I sold it without the Stormbreakers. Because those Stormbreakers are just so much better than the Marvel Legends versions that we have. I mean, look. You know what's funny? The Mafex figure is smaller, but the Stormbreaker that came with those is larger. The Mafex figure is smaller than most Thors we got. But they got that really nice looking Jane Foster Thor. And Gore. Yep. The reuse in this wave was also really clever with reusing that same basic mold from the 2018 Teen Group and giving it a newer paint deco that just makes it look like you just plucked it right out of the film. And yeah, Gore is really cool. He's really cool. Now, I do wish that he had come with some other things. Like, after seeing the movie, it would have been nice to have like a smiling head sculpt and maybe some darker parts throughout this figure, a bit of a wash. Just to make it seem more intimidating, because right now it looked kind of plain, but hey, that's a customizer's work. And I am no customizer. That Valkyrie figure is also really cool. More space back here for future stuff. Probably going to move the older Guardians figures back here, but for now I got most of the Guardians villains and cosmic villains. So that is the Grandmaster. I would have liked to have the Collector's Assistant instead of the Grandmaster figure back there, but I wanted to use both Grandmaster head sculpts. Ronin, Guardians of the Galaxy version. As I said, we're completely on the cosmic section now, so there's a angle of what we've covered so far. Yeah, a lot of these figures are figures that y'all have seen before. That Marvel Select. Ooh-wee. Sorry about the creaking, but I am on the bed right now. I think that this Thor figure was front and center the last time y'all saw that Thor and that Loki, but I did push him back there to make space for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 figures that are supposed to go here. That's Love and Thunder Star-Lord. Excited to finally get Kraglin. But yeah, I got some other figures back there that I just didn't want to phase out. Hela. Again, that very regal looking Odin figure, very cool. Moving over here, my Loki figures. As I said, multiverse is all over the place. But here we got the Draculus Loki, the Richard E. Grant Loki. I'm so glad to have backtracked for a Stan Lee finally. He Who Remains. We're definitely going to be seeing more Kang throughout here soon. Lightning McQueen in them. Got Eternals figures back there. The Loki and Guardians of the Galaxy figures kind of split my Eternal section in half. So back there we got some of the characters, and up here we got another lump sum of the characters. Here is where most of my Guardians ended up. I'm happy to have finished my Mantis this year. She's really cool. Just had a few more pieces to go. Done a lot of backtracking this year, but now I'm officially done going back for these figures now. Now it's just new stuff for me all the way. That's the older Chris Pratt head sculpt that came with the 2-pack Star-Lord, which is still a really good looking Chris Pratt head sculpt. Again, more space back there for Miss Marvels or other figures. Probably going to move my Captain Marvel section back and then put the Marvels characters up here. Again, a lot of concept art for that movie has leaked out thus far, and it's making me more and more excited. Jimmy Woo probably doesn't want to be on the cosmic side, but Miss Marvel definitely does. Our Captain Marvel figures, again, it's unfortunate we'll never be able to finish the Kree Star Force, but it is what it is. I do like having, originally I thought it was corny having 3 of the same, basically the same basic suit Captain Marvel figures up here. But now, after grouping them up, I have a newfound appreciation for the way they look together. I really love Captain Marvel and Nick Fury's dynamic throughout the films. Talos, and I assume Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania figures are going to go around here, and this is going to become a very cramped space next year, I assume. But I was also trying to put my Secret Invasion figures around here. I might have to put them on the Earth side, which would warrant the Secret Invasion of Earth, I guess. More Ant-Man figures back there. It's really nice to have a Luis figure. That's one of those things that you don't really think that you'd get. And I also am appreciative of that Ghost. Again, another addition to your Thunderbolts team if you're trying to form it up early. Spider-Man! It took forever to put him onto a flight stand and get him posed behind the Vulture like that. I had to put a counterweight down there. But it's cool to have that. Got the depressed Cap that was in the videos representing that, and I also just really don't like that figure, so it's cool to have him in the back. I didn't really want to put any other figure back there, and I guess he kind of fits. I did backtrack for that Venom, and I do have, since, last year, I'm pretty sure y'all saw that Doctor Strange over there in preparation for the Multiverse of Madness figures, but now I got a Multiverse of Madness Strange over there. Actually, several Multiverse of Madness Stranges. Place this guy over here, finally. Venom, the Molten Man, Mysterio, really cool. I'm surprised they haven't revisited that Mysterio figure yet. It's pretty expensive now, and they could do a new updated paint deco on it. And here are more Spider-Men. A lot of our Spider characters. A lot of really good figures over here. One of the best Tom Holland head sculpts I think we got in the line with that figure right there. Midtown High Spider-Man, integrated suit, Zendaya. This is just me messing around, putting the Zendaya head on the spinneret body. But I do like that. And the black and gold suit Spider-Man, as well as the CEO of Segs, and here is space for. I mean, y'all know what figures we want from No Way Home. I'm not making that wish list because it's gonna be the same as everybody else's. But I'm assuming that the Toby and the Andrew are gonna go in swinging poses behind Spider-Man here. And it's just gonna be a challenge to work in those figures with the very limited space I got back here, all those villains and stuff like that. But that's part of the fun, man. Running out of space is fun because it puts you in a challenge of having to basically, assort things and really be creative with the amount of space that you are provided. There we go. So I can very quickly assume that 2023 is going to be a very complicated year as far as allocating space. A friend of mine, Jackson, on Instagram just started posing his movie figures in a completely random and unorganized fashion. And it was kind of hot. I can't even lie. It was really, really cool. And I feel like not by choice, but that's something that I'm gonna have to start doing as time goes on because really I don't have a lot of space left. But again, as I said, that is just part of the fun. It's really cool to have a representation of all of the Marvel characters that I love up here. And that's the beauty of the Marvel Legends line, is that there's a little bit something for everybody. You can collect your own little corner and you can have all the fun that you want, and yet there's still plenty of other releases out there. I'm sorry that I didn't do one in the spring, but hey, I want to show you guys something new. I just don't want to show you guys the same different thing over and over again. I want to keep y'all coming back and keep it fresh because that's how I keep y'all around. You know what I'm saying? So I do put a lot of work in my displays, and I'm very happy that y'all appreciate the effort that I put in. So let's just go around real quick. Again, thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. That is absolutely incredible. Y'all are amazing. Coming through. SH Figure Arts Falcon back then. I don't think I mentioned that. I got that on a sale back in January this year. I'm thinking that next year, in order to conserve space, I'm going to move all of these guys back one and try to get a sort of new Avengers thing going on up here. Because we do have the figures to accomplish that now, even though we don't really know exactly how that team lineup is going to look. What if people? Oh, wait. Almost 5 years of collecting these guys now has resulted in this. I think this is about 200 figures I have displayed, maybe a little bit over. I'm proud of each and every single one of them. There we go. That is the Marvel Legends shelf as it's going to be, and I'm going to run out of space. And especially hearing some of the figures that are coming out next year, like the Deluxe Doc Ock, that is going to be way too big to fit over there, and the Mega Deluxe Groot with the big freaking wings that I'm hearing is gonna come out. Yeah, space is gonna be hard. But honestly, that's part of the fun. Part of the fun is the challenge of, creating a new display and reorganizing and, squeezing stuff in. These figures, hell yeah, they fall over, man. But that's just part of the fun, is just putting them back up. It's frustrating as hell. But for some reason, I also wouldn't really trade it for anything else. I wouldn't trade it for video games. I wouldn't trade it for Funko Pops. And no hate to you Funko Pop collectors. Y'all got some crazy displays. But I just love being able to take the characters that you really like and just pose them however you want and make your own world out of the world that I see on screen. And that's just what I find beauty in. I've been doing these weird speeches at the end of these. But yeah, thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. Tell me, what was y'all's favorite figure this year? I think I picked up 60, 70 or something figures this year. And out of them, I actually did videos for almost every single movie Marvel Legend figure that was released this year, with exceptions to the What If Killmonger and the What If Killmonger, the Loki with the Tesseract. I didn't do videos on those two, and I also didn't do video on the Legacy Collection, Walmart exclusive Black Panther or Target exclusive M'Baku. But yeah, there it is. Tell me guys what you think. And thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Merry Christmas. And I hope to see you all on the next one. What are y'all most looking forward to out of the line? What are y'all's favorite figures from this year? And I hope to catch you all again. Later. Always remember to be the best. Right. I gotta start remembering to say my catchphrase. Are catchphrases outdated? I don't know. Maybe I'm. Who am I to